Imagine a perfect world, a world built on peace, on balance, on true harmony. Now, what if it was all a lie? Today, we're diving deep into the mystery and conspiracy at the very heart of the world known as Green Echo.
And this is where we begin. Just listen to that line. It paints such a vivid picture, right? This isn't some cold, sterile future. It's a world that's alive, a city that literally breathes.
So, what is this world exactly? Well, picture this. Humanity managed to pull itself back from the absolute brink of climate collapse. But they didn't just, patch things up. No, they reimagined everything from the ground up. And this new era, this world built on hope, is called the Global Accord. And oh, what a world they built. I mean, the architecture itself is living. We're talking about massive towers that act like green mountains, with gardens spiraling all the way to the top, cleaning the very air people breathe. This is way beyond just green tech. It's a real symbiosis between nature and human invention.
At its core, the philosophy is simple, but also kind of radical. It's all about perfect harmony. Harmony between people, between us and our tech, and between our cities and the planet. The whole system is designed for peace. Everything, and I mean everything, is built on these three big ideas. You've got ecological balance, making sure the planet is actually thriving. Social equity, so that everyone is taken care of. And then there's inner harmony, the idea that peace starts inside each person. It's a beautiful goal. But, as we know, beautiful things can be incredibly fragile.
And that fragility, well, that's where we meet our protagonist. Because in a society that is absolutely obsessed with finding inner peace, what happens when you're the one person who just can't? So let me introduce you to Arya Voss. She's supposed to be training to teach yoga, but for her, meditation is anything but peaceful. It's an absolute battlefield. While everyone else is finding their zen, she's finding a Category 5 hurricane. And this is the real conflict at the center of her story. The world is preaching inner harmony, but all she feels is constant failure. It's a world promising balance with nature, but all she has is a storm raging in her own head. In a society that's supposed to be about fairness and belonging, this one thing makes her feel totally, completely broken and alone. But here's the big question, the one that changes everything. What if this thing she sees as her greatest weakness isn't a flaw at all? What if it's a sign that she's picking up on something that no one else can even hear? You see, when Arya closes her eyes, that storm in her mind, it starts to shift. It resolves into something else. She literally sees the city's hidden data streams, its energy grids, the entire digital nervous system laid out like a glowing circuit board. It's a kind of synesthesia, a vision that only she experiences. And that's when she sees the real problem. Because running through that beautiful network of light is something else, something dark. A dark river, as she calls it, of corrupted, glitching code. It's spreading through the city's perfect systems like a virus. Something is deeply, fundamentally wrong in Paradise. But here's the good news. She's not going to be alone for long. Because when you see something impossible, you need people who believe you, no questions asked. You need your crew. And this is her circle. You've got Kai, he's her rock, the one who trusts her from the get-go. Then there's Leora, the brilliant science geek who can actually figure out what Arya is seeing. Mateo is the activist, the fighter who's ready to do something about it. And then there's Soren, the quiet insider whose family might just hold the key to the whole conspiracy. So who are they up against? Who is the shadow in this perfect world? Well, every good conspiracy needs a villain, and this one has been hiding in plain sight for 50 years. Everybody meet Green Legacy Solutions. They got their start way back during the collapse, basically profiting from the chaos. But then, and this part is brilliant, they pivoted. They became the architects of the new world, helping design the very systems that everyone now depends on. They made themselves essential. So what was their real motive? This little phrase, pulled from a secret internal document, tells you everything. Opportunity for value capture, ensure indispensability. For them, saving the world wasn't a mission. It was a business strategy, a market to be cornered. So the stage is set. You have 5 students who've stumbled onto a terrifying truth, going up against a corporate giant that literally built their entire reality. But really, stop and think about the odds here. How in the world can a handful of students possibly take down a conspiracy that has been running quietly in the background for half a century?
And that's the real trap, isn't it? The enemy isn't some invader from the outside. They are woven into the fabric of this perfect world. They have the master keys to everything. How do you fight a ghost that lives inside the machine?
And this is the final, haunting question at the center of it all. Paradise is built on trust, on the belief that the system is good. So how do Arya and her friends convince an entire world that the beautiful reality they live in is a beautiful lie, without shattering the very harmony they're trying to save?
That's Green Echo. It's about what happens at that collision point, that place where inner peace meets systemic corruption. A place where seeing the truth might be the only thing that can save the world, or the one thing that could break it for good.